Hello there, Lynx here, and welcome to A Sky Full of Stars. Another day. Unfortunately, until now I hadn't heard anything from Korona since she disappeared on the bus. That's very problematic. It's really bothering my mind. I thought she would at least send a text, but I didn't hear from her at all. It's killing me. I was at a loss as to what to do, so in the end I did nothing. What? I couldn't stop sighing. I didn't think this would go on for this long.
Korona-chan, 来ないね.
Yeah. I couldn't bring myself to say that it was because of me.
まあ、受験生だし、いろいろあるんだよ。私らが応援してあげなきゃね。
The manager had started treating Korona like a well-raised daughter of her own. She didn't know anything about what had happened between us. It was like she saw Korona differently now that she knew how hard she was working. Apparently, she'd been giving pork buns and oden to her when she showed up.
おや、小太郎がまた吠えてるね。コロナちゃんが来たのかも。
I'll go take a look.
コタちゃん、今日もモフモフだね。よしよし。
Oh, it's just Amanogawa.
アキトくん、その言い方はひどいと思うよ。
Not really. She looked offended as she continued petting Kotaro. Sorry, that's not what I meant. I totally meant that. I thought you might be Korona.
コロナちゃんじゃなくて、さやだもん。
Well, that's very sad indeed. Now she was just being peevish. Come on, don't act like that. I'm just a little worried about her. Very worried.
何かあったの？
Well, you see, it wasn't exactly going to be easy to talk to Amanogawa about it. Then don't. But I didn't think that this was the kind of problem I could solve on my own. Nah, but not with her. I said to resort to desperate measures and explained everything to her. Come on, why with her, dude? She will definitely try to freaking ruin it.
そんなことがあったんだ。
I had absolutely no idea that Korona felt that way.
私はうすうす感じてたけど。
Really?
私だけじゃないと思うよ。タケ君だって気づいてたんじゃないかな。
I wonder. Now that you mention it. He had warned me to be careful of her. Was that because he knew how she felt about me? Great.
こういうのは焦ってもしょうがないと思うよ。
How about you shut up?
落ち着いたら機嫌も直してくれるんじゃないかな。
You don't know what you're talking about. Amanaga was calm and composed despite my anxiousness. Clearly, she wants to ruin everything, like always. And how long is that going to take?
そんなのわかんないよ。
What about if it had been you? It's not going to be you.
私だったら。ごめん。やっぱりわかんないよ。
She looked sorry that she couldn't give me a better answer than that. I see. Corona's test was coming up soon. I didn't want to be the reason that she failed. I'd like things to get back to normal as soon as possible. If I remember correctly, the Meiko Academy entrance exam was at the beginning of February. If that was the case, I didn't have time to waste.
元の関係に戻れるかどうかわからないけど、そういうことなら、アキトくんから動くしかないね。
And what exactly am I supposed to do?
それはアキトくんが考えなきゃダメだよ。
I knew you were useless. I guess you're right. You're a useless one. I want her to be happy. Korona, of course. I want her to get back to her old self and come back to study. I didn't know what to say about her feelings yet, but I knew that I wanted to react sincerely next time. I considered all sorts of things. More time went by, but I still couldn't come up with a good idea. which is a big problem. I spent some time deciding on what best to say. I thought about how I could respond to her reaction as well. Alright. I turned on my phone and tapped out a message to Korona. Really? That's how you're going to solve that? Hi there. I'm sorry about the other day. Pip. I'd like to apologize. Do you have some time? Pip. The messages were marked as read right away. But there was no response. Do you mind if I call? I'd rather do this directly. Got her. The moment I asked if I could call, she responded.
コロナもごめんなさい。秋に何も悪くないのに。コロナが変なことしちゃったから怒らせちゃったかな。
Nope, not at all. I'm not mad.
ごめんね。
Me too. We just ended up apologizing back and forth. I didn't think this was going to get us anywhere, so I decided to just call her.
もしもし。
Hi. Sorry for calling like this.
いえ、大丈夫です。
You sound a little strange, just calm down.
わかった。
The breathe in, breathe out. I could hear her breathing in and out. It was kind of cute. I accidentally let out a chuckle.
秋に今笑ったでしょ。
No. Sorry, just slipped out. Anyway, I wanted to apologize for the other day.
お詫び？そんなのいいのに。
That doesn't change the fact that I hurt you. I'd like to meet up and talk about it. Do you have any time tomorrow?
ある。いっぱいあるよ。
Can you come by the store around noon then?
わかった。12時にそっち行くね。
Thanks. I'll see you tomorrow then. Good night.
おやすみなさい、秋に。
I ended up the call and set my phone down. Everything had turned out the way I'd hoped, but I still didn't feel satisfied. Korona wasn't mad at all. I thought she would be upset or at least gloomy about what had happened. But she wasn't either. It felt more like she regretted what had happened. Maybe she realized how rash she had been as well. Things had happened unexpectedly and she just kind of reacted. A freak accident, so to speak. Freak. One could also say that the truth she'd been hiding and had slipped out for. She'd probably been hiding it so that I wouldn't notice. No, you are just blind, let's face it. Akito, sadly enough, you are blind to others' feelings. For with Hikari, well, I'd say it was kind of probable to not notice. Sort of. Anyway. With Amanogawa, it doesn't matter at all. Anyway, she'd accidentally let the cat house back. To her, that had been a big mistake. Or was it? Even so, the truth remains that I hurt her. The only thing I should worry about was trying to make her feel better tomorrow. I didn't know if I could make up for what I had done. But I wanted her to be able to face her test in a good mood. So... you're going to go out with her. Literally, that's the only way to make her mood be good.
空見くん、コロナちゃんが来たみたいだよ。
Kotaro was barking outside again. It seemed as though the manager had started associating Kotaro's barking with Korona arriving. Yesterday he was barking because Amanagawa was there.
よく聞くと、小太郎の吠え方が違うんだよ。
Say what? I couldn't hear any difference, but she was probably right, which meant that Kotaro was outside. I mean, Kotaro obviously was outside. That meant Korona was outside. I suppose I'll punch out then.
あ、目いっぱい楽しんでおいで。
Thank you. I took off my apron and handed it to her before walking outside. Korona, over here! Korona darted behind me to get away from the dog. Kotaro seemed to be confused at Korona's sudden disappearance. I know you just want attention, but you shouldn't bark so much. Pat, pat, pat. Kotaro seemed to really like Korona, but he wasn't doing a very good job of showing it.
あきに、もういいでしょ。そろそろ行こう。
We'll get going in a minute.
なんで？お外寒いし、早く中入ろうよ。
Just be patient, the bus will be here in a couple of minutes.
バス？
Hey? What do you mean? Korona and I boarded the bus for the Hoshino shopping district when it arrived.
あきに、なんでバス乗ったの？
Did you think we're going to talk in my room?
うん。
She still didn't seem to understand what was going on. She'd been looking at me with a nervous expression on her face since we'd gotten on the bus.
もしかして、コロナがやらかしたせいで部屋に出入り禁止に。
No, that's not it. I just thought we could go out and do something fun today.
Huh?
Do you not want to?
そんなことないけど。あきにはそれでいいの？この前あんなことがあったのに。
She'd been acting like it wasn't bothering her, but apparently it had. I got the feeling that she was unsure about how to act around me. Of course, it was my idea after all.
あきに。
But if you don't want to go, we can get off at the next stop and head back.
嫌じゃないから大丈夫だからそんなこと言わないで。お出かけするんだよね。つまりアキニーとデートできるんでしょ。大歓迎だよ。
I guess she had been trying to consider my feelings as well. It seemed slightly forced, but she approved of the idea enthusiastically. Thanks, Korona. I felt a little relieved. I wanted things to continue this way so we could get rid of the awkward distance that had formed between us.
おー、ハーバータウンだ。
We got off of the bus and stood in the middle of Harbor Town. Korona let out a shout of excitement as she looked around. You've been here plenty of times, haven't you?
来てるよ。お店だっていろいろ知ってるし。でもまさかアキニーと一緒に来れるとは思ってなかったもん。
Why not?
やったー！コロナ大勝利。
It's great that she was happy and all, but I was standing right there.
ちょっとごめんなさい。つい興奮しちゃって。
I'm glad you're excited. It was way better than her being disappointed. As long as she had fun and was able to go into her test in a good mood.
デートはデートでもハーバータウンとはこれって本気デートってことじゃん。
For girls in Hoshinaka, Harbor Town was the big date spot. Apparently, if you came here on a date, it was a pretty big deal.
よく見たらアキニーの服もいつもより気合入ってるし。
Well, I can't very well bring a girl to a place like Harbor Town in my normal clothes.
そうと知ってればコロナも本気コロナに変身したのに。
You look nice in what you're wearing. You never just throw on whatever it is easy like I do.
アキニーに褒められちゃった。
Was it too much?
嬉しいからもっと褒めて。
You look very cute today. We'd only just arrived and she was already swooning. I was a little worried at where things were going to go from here. Well, we didn't come here just to stand around taking all day. Shall we get going? Korona answered enthusiastically and bopped along after me as we began walking.
アキニー、せっかくなんだし腕とか組んじゃう？
That might be a little much.
じゃあってそれくらいならいいでしょ。
She started walking so close that her body was touching mine. I knew it was something girlfriend would do, but there wasn't much I could do. I guess that would be alright. Compared to locking arms, holding hands didn't seem like a big deal at all. I don't know. Both are nice.
いいの？やったー！
She jumped up and down in excitement before throwing her arms around me in a hug. I'd only thought about her as a little sister until then, but I couldn't help thinking about the fact that she was a girl as she clung to me. Korona, calm down. I can't roll like this.
ごめん。ついはしゃいじゃった。
She backed off a little far.
それじゃあ秋にって。
I reached out and took her hand. My first thought was how small her hands were.
もうそれじゃ握手だよ。それだと歩きにくいってば。
That guy!
だからね、こうするの。
Korona showed me the proper way to hold hands. She stood next to me and grabbed my hand so that we could walk side by side.
ね、これならいいでしょ。
It is. Thank you for the lesson. Having never held someone's hand like this before, it felt fresh. Damn.
じゃあ行こ
She pulled me forward as if she were the one in the lead. As she did, she used the motion to deftly switch her grip. Slipping her fingers between mine, she tightened her grip on my hand.
う。嫌だった。
No, it's fine, it's fine.
じゃあこれで。
She smiled widely and moved to pull me forward once again. But you don't know where we're going. Korona, wait!
やっぱりダメだった。
No, that's not it! Do you know where we're going?
言われてみたらそうでした。
She laughed awkwardly.
それで、これからどこに連れてってくれるの？
I thought we'd get some lunch first.
お昼ご飯か。
Have you already eaten?
まだ。でもコンビニご飯のつもりだったからお金が。
It's absolutely fine. She showed me her wallet. She had a single 1,000 yen bill and some change.
こういうとこのご飯って結構するよね。
Don't worry, I'm paying today. This time I opened my wallet to show her.
おお、ゆきちだ。
I don't usually carry around this much, but today is special.
でもいいの？アキ兄に出してもらうのは気が引けるんだけど。
Then just think of it as an apology for the other day, how's that? I figured Korona would be more willing to agree to that than if I had tried saying it was the guy's job to pay in situations like this.
ごちそうになろうかな。アキ兄、ありがとうございます。
This time she thanked me properly without getting overly excited. She really was a good kid. I was starting to understand why Orihime had taken such a liking to her. It took more than cuteness and a bubbly personality to win over Orihime. It also needs more than that to win me. That's right. We headed to the restaurant district of Harbor Town. It was just about lunchtime, so it was crowded with people. Most of the restaurants had lines of people waiting outside, but we managed to find a health food restaurant with some open seats. Lunch cost me 1850 yen. But that was to be expected here.
ごちそうさまでした。
That was good.
お野菜とかすっごく新鮮でよかったな。
To be honest, the restaurant had been a little too classy for me. Korona seemed to be used to eating this kind of food. I guess this is what it means to be from a rich family. He couldn't help sighing at the thought. Well then, shall we move on to the next location? I thought we could go to the planetarium next. What do you think?
いいけど、それはアキ兄が行きたいんじゃないの？
But obvious, huh?
いいよ。コロナもプラネタリウム好きだし。みよみよ。
Korona had been here before, but it would be my first time. Orihime had invited me to come, but our schedules never seemed to line up and we'd never gotten the chance.
アキ兄、プログラムは2種類あるみたいだよ。
We're checking the times outside. There was one show every hour and it looked like they rotated between the two shows.
どっちがいいかな。迷っちゃうよね。
There is no way to know which is better without watching them. Let's just go to the next show.
そうだね。
Luckily, the next show was starting soon. We bought our tickets and went to browse the gift shop until then.
行こう、アキ兄。
Korona grabbed my hand and pulled me along. Somehow things had settled into her leading again. So this is the planetarium. After entering the dome, my voice just slipped out unconsciously. The wide ceiling overhead would turn into space and the rustic-looking projector would give birth to countless stars.
ワクワクするよね。
It sure looks impressive.
ほら、こっちだよ。行こう。
She led the way to the seats we'd chosen when we bought the tickets. The seats were nice and soft, they were quite comfortable.
こっちのレバーを引いてみて。
What, this one? Where?
リクライニングだよ。倒すか起こすかだけで、真ん中はないから気をつけて。
This is way different than the seats on a train or a bus. Everything was brand new to me. Korona seemed to be enjoying surprising me, so she kept showing me all sorts of things.
前来た時に、姫ちゃんが教えてくれたんだ。例えばあれ、あのでっかいやつ。なんでも超古い骨董品みたいな機械らしいよ。
It sure looks like that. It looked like an antique. Projectors these days were compact and stylish, but this one looked like something straight out of the industrial age.
古くても性能はいいんだって。詳しいことはコロナもよくわかんないけど。
I think the show is about to start. One of the employees had come out and was explaining some of the safety rules. The light soon dimmed to black, causing the bright exit light to seem excessively bright. That green exit sign is really distracting.
始まったらちゃんと消えるよ。
That's good, that's good. Finally, the show was about to start.
ただいまより冬季特別プログラム恋の神話のシンフォニーをお送りします。
Appropriate for the atmosphere of Harbor Town, this seemed to be a program aimed at couples. It was probably going to be a bunch of matchy love stories and legends about the stars. Glancing around, I realized that the audience was made up, mostly, of couples. I suppose we probably looked like just another one of them.
皆さんこんにちは。月浦美琴です。今日は素敵な神話の世界へご案内したいと思います。
うわぁ、月浦美琴のやつなんだ。
Who? Do you know her?
昔のアイドルかなんかだったと思うよ。超綺麗なの。
I see. Unfortunately, I didn't know much about the entertainment world, so I'd never heard the name before.
では早速、星の世界に旅立ちましょう。ミュージック、スタート
Music, start! The narration seemed to draw you in as slight background music began to play. It seemed like a little much for enjoying the graceful night sky.
ちょうど季節は冬。星たちもより一層輝きを増していきます。澄んだ空気に天高く立ち上っていく白い息。その先には瞬く星たちが夜空を彩っています。そんな時、あなたの隣には誰がいますか？家族かな？それとも兄弟？もしかすると恋人だったりして。今、星を見上げながらその人と手をつないでみてください。
Hey, I hadn't expected that. I glanced over at Korona, who looked just as surprised as I did.
どうしよう。
I'm sure it's fine if we don't do it. But let's do it! Come on, man! It's not like there was any sort of requirement to do what the narration said.
秋に。もう、こういうのはノリだよ、ノリ。
Korona quickly reached out her hand and grabbed mine.
さっきまで手をつないでたじゃん。それに恋人に限定してるわけでもないんだし。
That is true. I guess I was just thinking about it too much. Korona was right. Holding hands in the planetarium wasn't a big deal.
秋には普通にしてればいいよ。でもコロナは違うから、恋人のつもりで握ってるから。
Korona wasn't trying to force anything on me. But at the same time, there was nobody who could change her own feelings. Maybe I'd been a bit careless. I considered it as I stared at Korona's profile.
緊張する。
Her last comment had been so determined, but now she sounded hesitant. I relaxed at that. You shouldn't force yourself so much.
だって。
Korona was trying to look tough on the outside. She was really giving this her best effort. Seeing her trying so hard was kind of cute. I want to give something back in return. Korona. I squeezed her hand tight lightly.
秋に。
Her eyes seemed to be asking if I was really okay with this. I didn't say anything in response. Instead, I just gave her hand a little light squeeze.
皆さん、手はつなぎましたか？つなぐ相手のいない方は、そうですね。私と手をつなぎましょう。
Hey?
はい、どうぞ。なかなか大人気ですね。私もまだまだ捨てたもんじゃないみたいです。
Van drew some laughter from the audience. Neither one of us laughed, however. Korona seemed to be preoccupied with what was going on to enjoy the show, and I was too busy worried about her to concentrate.
では、全員つないだところで、神話の旅にレッツゴー！
Let's go! Please, don't use the white screen. The projector whirred to life and the stars began to move as if being fast-forwarded. We should have been soaring off into a world of stars at the moment, but we weren't. Before long, I heard Korona whisper something beside me. I would just pretend that I hadn't heard that. I couldn't ignore it, however. With those 3 words, my entire mind was filled with nothing but thoughts of Korona. Holy crap, let's go! Once again proving... Actually, maybe not proving, but... showing here. She's amazing. You know what? So far, I mean, romantically saying in this first route, we had Hikari and Amanogawa, right? Now we are going Korona. Korona is winning. Absolutely winning here. Anyway, after the show ended, we stopped by the gift shop once more. It was already after 3 o'clock when we finally stepped back outside. The winter sun was already beginning to dip into the western sky. Evening would be here soon. The planetarium is better than I had imagined. I bet he was freaking shocked after what he heard. Sorry, I got a little caught in the show. I'd severely underestimated the show. I thought it'd be just some flashy mash aimed at couples, but it had been great. She made no reference to the hand holding. Yeah, it was really interesting. Both had a strange sense of satisfaction, like something had been completed. We should probably get going soon. If we were out too late, your parents would start to worry. No, I didn't mean like that. Right now is a really important time for you, that's why everybody's worried about you. Of course, even me. An attempt at cheering up somebody with a big test coming up. I could almost feel the disappointment emanating from her. Nah, that's not quite it. I heard it before, so it's true that my main goal was to try and cheer you up. But that's not the only reason. I realized that you don't like being treated like a kid anymore, so I was trying to show you that I'm not. I'm not really good at this sort of thing, so I don't know if it'd work. I was trying for. So please cheer up. I want you to do well on your test. Here, this is my present to you. I handed her a package complete with a ribbon. I want to give you something that would last. I couldn't think of what that should be, but I found something back at the planetarium. When I saw it, I knew it would be perfect. She took it from me cautiously, as if it was something precious. Go ahead. Korona undid the wrapping carefully. It's a photo album. They're all images taken with the Hubble Space Telescope. The cover was an image of the Crab Nebula. The white gradation of the color conveyed the strangeness of unknown space. It's a space telescope, but it's on a whole different level than a personal telescope. Not even the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan could compete with the Hubble telescope. But it doesn't matter how amazing the Hubble telescope had been. I just want to show you that there is more out there than you know. I was trying to show off how great the telescope was, okay? Even without knowing about it, there was a whole other world out there beyond what could be seen. That's right. The first time I looked at the moon through a telescope, I was moved. Since then, I've seen all sorts of things in the heavens with my own eyes. I've lost count of how many times I felt that way. And there are still things left that will make me feel the same. This is one of those things. Now that the Hubble had been announced decommissioned, there were parts of space that we would no longer be able to see. Its successor, the James Webb Space Telescope, had come into operation, but it was only able to detect infrared light. Unlike the Hubble, it was unable to take images in the range of light visible to human eyes. There would no longer be a telescope capable of seeing what the Hubble Space Telescope had seen. It might never be again. She started flipping through the pages. They were filled with colorful images of astronomical phenomena. Overflowing with color and light, they were unlike anything else. There were galaxies, nebulae, and supernova explosions. Faint light from stars tens of thousands of light years away. The Hubble had shown us all sorts of truths about the universe. There are some things you can see and others you can't. The Hubble could see more than one kind of light outside of the visible spectrum. It could also take images in ultraviolet and the near-infrared ranges. That's right, the other two are outside the visible range of human eye. Most of the images taken by the Hubble telescope are within the visible spectrum, but it's taken plenty of ultraviolet and infrared images as well. The images are representations that have color added to them to show you kind of what it would look like. Nah, very real. All of that is actually up there. Looking at something that human eyes can't see, isn't it kind of exciting? Hubble had left an enormous impact on the world of astronomy. It was sad that its time was over, but we would continue moving forward. Technology would continue to improve. Eventually we'll reach parts of space that even the Hubble could not have taken us. The passionate, steady progress forward into the unknown. That was something wonderful. Korona, I know that you still don't know much about astronomy, but this is what is out there, deep in space. I want you to see how amazing it could be for yourself. I wasn't sure if I'd been able to properly express myself. I wondered what Korona was feeling. Whenever you take a break from your studies, I would be happy if you would flip through this and think about what space has to offer. Don't thank me. Thank the stars. Sorry, I thought that would sound pretty cool. That was so lame. I had to make a little joke at the end. But after actually saying it out loud, I was a little embarrassed. Heh. You think you'll be able to focus on your studies again? Korona gave me a bright, beaming smile. Of course, you're welcome anytime. Our relationship had been strained recently, but it seemed to be back to normal. I was sure she would be able to focus on her studies again. I could tell by the way she smiled up at me. Hi there, it's time to end the episode. No, dude, that was a successful date of sorts. We'll continue tomorrow. Hinami arrives, we'll see where this is all going. Man, I really like Korona as well. There is something about her, okay? There is something about her. And again, at this moment, she actually, for me, wins, even with Hikari. Amanogawa, obviously, it's an easy clap. Easy win for Korona. With Hikari, I didn't know, but at this very moment, I think she wins for me. I like her. I like her. Anywho, let's end it right here. Hope you enjoyed. Consider liking the video if you did. That's always super helpful. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. As you may or may not expect, we are playing through the entire game. That's how it is. Actually, we might be skipping one of the routes, because I don't really like Amanogawa, but we'll see. We will see. Maybe we'll check out how much I will not enjoy her route. With that being said, hope you all have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow too. Bye bye.